Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Meditation Momma podcast as we continue our series on the teaching stories that meditators love. We're on episode 7, and the title of our story today is Where Should God Hide? Hi, everyone. I'm Caren Prentice, and I love this story. There's a lot of layers and little nuggets in here. So I kind of encourage you to listen to it more than once if you have the opportunity, especially for those of you who are exploring the nature of God. Okay. So this podcast, I must say, is being dedicated to um, my very first boyfriend, Greg, who recently asked me these questions. Now, we're talking about, are we talking, over 50 some years ago, right? And we've reconnected recently, and he asked me these questions that I will answer after the story. And so here we go. Our story is entitled, Where Should God Hide? And once upon a yogi time, God and all the angels rested peacefully in blissful balance. And the reason everything was in blissful, peaceful balance was because the human school for the soul, also known as Earth School, wasn't yet in session, hadn't opened yet. And the earthlings hadn't yet arrived. And so everybody was happy and blissful and just kind of doing their blissful, peaceful thing, right? And one day, an angel came rushing towards God in a panic, saying, They're coming, they're coming, they're coming. And God said, Who's coming? And the angel said, shaking with fear, the angel goes, The humans, they're coming. What are we going to do? It's the humans, the humans. And God said, Oh my, okay, this is serious. This is really serious. And here's why, folks. These humans are self-existent beings. And what that means is that they have the ability to create for themselves, to create. And a self-existent being can create whatever they want. And here's the problem. If that self-existent being comes into the presence of God, into this presence that is the force and the energy of creation, the power of creation here, they come into this presence, then everything they think will, boom, happen just like that. Everything they desire, boom, it'll manifest just like that. Because then they will be co-creators. And God's going, oh boy. And let me tell you what the problem with this, folks. They're not ready yet. These earthlings, they haven't matured yet. They're still really, really selfish. It's about me, 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 I. I want, I want, I want, I want. And if they get a hold of this presence, this power, they're not ready. They're not prepared. They said, wow, what are we going to do? God said, I don't know, because if they get a hold of this, it will be a disaster. They will destroy themselves and they will destroy everything. And the angels are going, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And God goes, I don't know. And then one of the angels says, okay, I got it, God. You know what? You're going to have to just hide. You're going to have to go somewhere and hide where they can't find you. And God's thinking about it. And the angel goes, God, think about it. They must not see you unveiled until they have prepared themselves to gaze into the mirror of existence without selfish dreams. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to repeat that. The angel says, you must hide, God, you must hide. They must not see you unveiled until they have prepared themselves to gaze into the mirror of existence without selfish dreams. God goes, that's a really good idea. Okay, but where could I hide? Where could I hide? And one of the angels says, oh, just go hide at the top of the mountain. And God goes, no, you don't get it. Those humans, they are so clever. They're going to be at the top of the mountain in no time. They'll find me there. So another angel says, okay, well, Why don't you go to the bottom of the ocean? Just go to the bottom of the ocean. They'll never find you there. It's dark. And God goes, no, no, no. Before too long, they will be exploring the bottoms of the oceans, and they're going to find me there too. So that's not going to work either. And another angel said, well, then space, just hide out in space. And God said, no, these earthlings are so smart. They're going to be traveling in space in no time and exploring the universe and the galaxies. So no, that's not going to work either. And everybody been, wow, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And they all just kind of went, They kind of floated off into a really quiet, meditative, calm space where they were just kind of, I would guess we would say meditating, right? Just kind of meditating together in this ocean of calmness. And then suddenly one of the little angels went up to God and whispered in God's ear. And God got a huge smile on God's face, and just sat there smiling and smiling and smiling. And all the angels are sitting around, okay, what? And they're all waiting. And pretty soon they were all thinking the exact same thought. And the collective thought form became so strong that all together at the same time they said, where, God? Where will you hide? And God smiled. And God said, in the center of their hearts, right in the center of their hearts. And I'll tell you why I love that story. I mean, there's layers and layers to this story, but I'm going to tell you why I love it. Because when I was growing up, I was raised in a Catholic school, and in the Christian religion, the God was always out there, a being out there somewhere. And what meditation has taught me over time is that out there is separate. Out there is separate. God in here, in my heart, is that presence within me. And meditation has taught me how to find that. And it can teach you how to find that. And in the power of this path is that we turn inward. We turn inward and we discover within us the truth of the reality. We discover within us the love and the wisdom. We discover within us that it's not a being, that it is an energy. It is a creative energy that is filled with so much love and so much compassion and caring. It's rich, it's full, it's spacious, it's thick, it's support from every part of us, and it's light and free and blissful. That's what's inside. That's when we let go of the anger and the shame and the fear and the guilt and the resentment and the jealousy and the striving, the aspiring for making it successfully by the standards of the earth. And we let go of all that. And this is why I love meditation. When you let go of all that, it's like you don't have to make that up. It's what's in there. When we let go of all that other stuff, what arises from within is this incredible sense and feeling of such deep connection to something so much more, something bigger, something so much more, that this idea of God that I was raised with becomes so small and so limiting. It pales. It's like a shadow, a wisp of the experience. And so I don't know that I know what to answer to say what God is. I don't know that I would presume to tell anybody what God is, but what I can say is that meditation, will help you discover that presence within you. And one of the other things, there's so many things I love about meditation. You're probably going to get sick of me saying what I love about meditation. But one of the other things I love about meditation is there's room for everybody. There's room for all faiths. It's like you don't have to give up your God to meditate. Meditation just gives us the skills to let go of all the thoughts of all those other things that are the distractions getting in the way of us turning inward and being able to get still enough and calm enough and quiet enough and balanced enough to discover what's there. And really, the journey is about you discovering it for yourself. All meditation teachers do is kind of point you in the right direction so that each one of you can discover for yourself what is real for you, what is true for you. And most schools of meditation are going to say, do what works for you. Try this. If it makes you happier, if it helps you get more in touch with that place inside you, do it. If it doesn't, don't do it. There's no right or wrong, good or bad. It's a path. It's a path each one of us walks for ourselves. And in that path, we discover what's within us. In one set of terms, we could say we discover the God within, or we can say on another level, we discover the depth and the scope and the breadth of the divine within us that connects us with all of life, with a capital L, life. And so there's our story. Where should God hide? And I hope if you take anything away from this, that just the thought that maybe God isn't something out there, but it's a presence within you that you can easily turn inward. And if you can quiet your mind, still your body, and allow yourself to let go of the attachments and the resistments, the judgment and the fear, the shame and the anger, the sadness, the grief, you can just don't hold them so tight. Just don't hold them so tight. And something will arise that's deeper and richer. And you will experience that for yourself. Whatever that presence is, you can experience it for yourself. And to me, that's the most beautiful gift of all. So, my friends, Greg, I hope this was meaningful. I hope this answered your question. And it's been a true delight to prepare this podcast for you. And I hope to meet with you again on the next story in our next podcast. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I do hope you found something that was helpful or meaningful or maybe even inspiring. If you have any questions, please email me at podcast@meditationmomma, MOMMA.com, and I'll be sure to answer them on one of our upcoming episodes. And in the meantime, let's all just take a moment to just let our attention drop into that heart center, and let's take this thought with us into the rest of our day, the rest of our week.
May I be happy, may I be free, joyous, grateful, safe and at ease. May I live wisely, flowing downstream, row my boat gently and sing merrily. May you be happy, may you be free, joyous, grateful, safe and at ease. May you live wisely, flowing downstream, row your boat gently and sing merrily. May all be happy, may they be free, joyous, grateful, safe and at ease. May they live wisely, flowing downstream. Row their boats gently and sing merrily.